Dumela Mutwabora. We need to get real about where South Africa stands, what the government of national unity has done or not done, and what this means for our sovereignty, our dignity, and our future. Now, let us start with the GNU. So far, what have we actually seen? I'll tell you what. In the 2024 general elections, 42% of our registered voters chose not to vote. A powerful sign of growing disillusionment. Now, with local government elections on the horizon, even more are expected to stay away. Why? Because more and more South Africans are fed up with legitimizing a political system that consistently fails them, offering nothing in return but the rising cost of living. Crime, fraud, corruption, VAT, and collapsing services. Endless internal squabbles, factional power plays, and strategic posturing in government. But what we have not seen is governance. We have not seen leadership that inspires confidence. We have not seen Parliament rise above party lines to deal with the real threats facing our people. Make no mistake, there are real threats. First, there is the economic aggression we are experiencing from global powers like the United States. A country that has now gone as far as to open an exclusive refugee corridor for white Afrikaners. On the basis of what? On the basis of false allegations. Manufactured narratives by groups like Solidarity and AfriForum. Allegations of persecution and so-called white genocide, none of which are backed by independent evidence or the lived reality of millions of South Africans. And where is our government in this moment? Silent, absent, weak, and squabbling somewhere. Not only has this so-called GNU failed to denounce the racist myth-making, it has failed to defend South Africa's dignity on the global stage. Now we have allowed minority interest groups to lie to the world that post-apartheid South Africa is a society in which white Afrikaners lead a wretched and dehumanized lives, when in fact the people who are leading such lives are the ever-silent African majority. This while our government fumbles coalitions, fails service delivery, and dodges the tough questions. Meanwhile, our parliament is caught in a cycle of deliberation without progress. The GNU was meant to stabilize the country. Instead, it has become a revolving door of conflicting interest, a coalition built not on shared purpose, but on political convenience. So I ask you, where do we go from here? We need to talk. We need to talk as citizens, as thinkers, as people who care about this country. We need to talk. Should the GNU be restructured or even dissolved? Can South Africa afford to continue under a leadership framework that is clearly not working? What kind of foreign policy stance should we adopt when our so-called US partner undermines us? How do we re-enter the political narrative around the people rather than the political parties? We have been hearing voices from across the spectrum, legal minds, economists, cultural critics, but nothing happens. Why? Because democracy doesn't live in those minority voices and parliament alone. It lives in us. Otobora, if you have got a voice, a perspective, or a challenge to throw into this ring, reach out. Go to my comment section. Let us hear what is on your mind. Because if our elected leaders won't speak truth to power, then we will.